I do know what I'm up against.
I think we're forgetting something.
I think my brain shook out of my head.
Welcome back. Here we are, season 2, Hoonicorn vs. the world. Literally millions of you guys watched the last season. We decided we'd bring it back, but we also listened to you. You said maybe the cars weren't fast enough. Maybe we need to turn it up a notch because we gave this guy too easy of a run.
Clearly he's bored.
Hit him with what we have this time, Hurt.
We got a car that does wheelies. We got another car that does wheelies. We got a car that does wheelies and shoots fire.
Let's give him a little teaser.
So not only do we have some of the fastest cars on YouTube here to race the Hoonicorn, we have a huge surprise for you.
A massive surprise in a rather small package.
And we're not talking about my mop.
It's season 2 Hoonicorn vs. the World, brought to you by our video game partner CSR2. Guess what? You can even download this, the Hoonicorn. 1400 horsepower twin turbo V8 all-wheel drive. What that?
Over 300 cars. You can tune them, and there's hundreds and hundreds of millions playing the game right now, except for you. What are you doing? Today's episode is dedicated to Zach.
Really
this is everything that you want.
Big V8s, lots of chop.
More blower than you need. I mean, this is literally bringing a bazooka to a gunfight.
That's right. So, you guys said that last time we did this series, we didn't bring out fast enough cars. Well, guess what? We brought literally the most powerful, fastest vehicle that would run on an unprepped surface here today.
Well, we'll see about that. It's gonna be a game attraction.
Straight from NHRA, we bring you the fiercest monster the Hoonicorn has ever raced. Alex, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us all about your car.
All right, I'm Alex Laughlin, NHRA top fuel racer. This is the weekend fun car. Makes 4,000 horsepower.
Right into business. We didn't even say what it is,
Just in
but
case.
it's got 4,000 horsepower, so it's fun.
Well, we're at a ranch, right? So I felt going right into the horses was fitting.
It's appropriate. It is fully appropriate.
Exactly. It's a 2012 C6 Corvette, stock wheelbase, full-size car. It's heavy. It weighs 3,000 pounds.
Track guys all love stock wheelbase.
Yeah.
Stock wheel, like would it matter?
It's definitely a
Stock
C6
headlight.
Corvette headlight.
Yeah.
Does it come with a billet big block too from the factory? Is that an option?
You probably could have got it that way back then. I don't know. It's gone 3.5 seconds at 212 miles an hour in the 8th mile. This is obviously
212 miles an hour in the 8th?
In the 8th.
in the 8th mile.
My God. Let's talk about this situation right here.
What I like to say is it's very Hot Wheelsy.
The funny thing about that is when we designed the Hoonicorn, the #1 design inspiration was it had to feel like a Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Like it had to feel like something that like kids would want to play with because it was absurd. Which remember the original version did have a scoop coming through the hood. Ken couldn't see around something this big. We had to go a slightly smaller version.
Trust me, I feel that.
This blower is massive. Like, it's the size of most like
do you know
passenger
the-
How do you
What's it
measure
called?
this blower? Like,
It's called a screw blower. There is no blower on the market that makes more boost, moves more air than that guy right there.
I rhymed. Unintentional.
What's the motor?
It is a 526 Hemi. It is not a water jacketed or cooled block with a radiator of any sort.
So you run no water in it?
No water at all.
No
It's-
coolant, okay.
just all into the combustion chamber.
That's it, yeah.
And you said it's a Hemi, so it's a Mopar?
It's a
Biggest
Hemi.
block?
It's a Hemi platform.
You just lost Zach. He
I
thought
know.
it was a big block.
You lost me.
What is this for? Is this for like cutting air?
Different cars are different lengths. So you can see that the Corvette, the distance from the front tire here to the front bumper is only 18 inches or so.
Sure, the beams are a different height at the end, or is
That's right. You stage with the front tires on the line, and then the rest of the beams are picked up by the front end of the car.
So 2 comments on that is one, are you saying that this car, because it's so fast, that 8 inches makes the car faster in
Absolutely.
the quarter mile?
Absolutely.
Can you just put like a 20-foot one in the front?
The roll is 44.5 inches.
That's crazy when your car's so powerful that you add little things like that, because that much distance adds more mile per hour.
But doesn't everyone want an extra 8 inches?
I wouldn't want an extra 8. That'd be cumbersome.
I get jokes.
Why does the supercharger have its own jacket?
The blanket is just in the case that it were to come apart. You know, this thing's turning 128% faster than the engine. If it were to come apart, that just helps keep everything contained.
You said you ran this thing on no prep, on this type of tire?
This
Like
exact
what
tire.
tire are you running?
This exact tire, Mickey Thompson, it's about 16 inches wide. We really would like to have a wider tire on it, or taller also, but there's clearance problems. It starts getting into the body, so.
Are you feeling confident about running on this surface?
Absolutely not.
What's the office look like inside? Because
Check
there's
it
a
out.
lot of crazy things going on.
Hey, Zach, if you want to bust out some curls before we get on camera.
You
got
guys
some weights
added
back
some weights
there.
in the back.
So typically on a race car, you want to take weight away because this is no prep, and as far as how the car needs to function, we went to Dick's Sporting Goods last night and bought plates of weight and bolted in the back of this car so that we can get this thing to hopefully.
By the way, Dix, if you want another patch on a man's
Yeah, right here.
suit, right here.
Yeah, we can do
Dick's Sporting Goods.
neck tat, whatever.
I like that you asked to go inside the car because that's
I
a
know.
transmission right there. There's no tunnel or anything?
It's wrapped in a ballistics blanket as well.
You realize that someone drew this
amazing.
interior, and then someone said, dude, you didn't leave room for Alex. And they were like, they erased something and just were like, Alex, that's
Yeah.
what he sits.
It's a weird looking handbrake.
Yeah, what is that? Is that for staging?
Yes, so the little aluminum button, that's my transmission brake. So
Yep.
when the car stopped, I push that, and that's how I hold the car on the 2-step. The red button is how it shifts, and then the one on the right, that's forward and reverse.
It's safer than Rob Dom's car.
Well, that's for sure.
Man, from one race car to another, you want to go look at the Hoonicorn?
I would absolutely love to.
All right, so you guys know we love collecting stuff. We never get rid of it, but we need to make space in the shop. So we figured we'd open up an eBay store. Get rid of some stuff, make some money, put it towards projects. We're selling everything. Things you can't get anymore. The Mishimoto oil cap. These are no longer available. We haven't made those in forever. Maybe an issue of Super Street with Hertz car on it. Maybe a bootleg Gucci bag.
Excuse me, this is Soupy's mom's Gucci suitcase that she donated for the donk. Never got used.
Soupy's mom has bootleg Gucci?
Actually, don't take our word on that. No guarantees. We got the clutch from Hoonicorn vs. the World 2. This thing was smoked on site.
We've even got like real stuff, like wheels.
That's TRX Ram fitment. This will protect you from fire and sparks, maybe, probably not, but it was used during Scumbag Labs. All this and more is live right now on our eBay store. Hit the link below to go check it out. All of this is on auction. It could be yours.
If you guys have been watching and you see anything in the background that you maybe want to buy, comment below, tell us what you want us to sell, and we'll just force Scotto to put it on the internet.
We will straight up put it up there.
I'll even auction off my job. What's it worth?
All right, so you guys should know the Hoonicorn, but we're gonna give you the quick and dirty update on it. Normally I would come with a boisterous 1400 horsepower, but today I'm gonna say we have a measly 1400 horsepower coming out of a twin turbo V8, which is basically a Ford V8 plugged out of a NASCAR that is running all-wheel drive through a SADEV transmission. This year we updated paddle shift, make it a little bit faster. As you can see, it also has a brand new livery. We added some new safety features, but one of the bigger things that we changed out this year is the wheels. We're running a new American Racing, the VF503, which is based on like a good old classic D-window NASCAR wheel. But what's really important is what's inside of here. Instead of running a beadlock, we have a new system, and it's a shot peening on the inside to prevent the tire from slipping. It basically tractionizes the inside of the lip. So we're currently in the process of testing that for American Racing. We're still working on a name, help us figure it out. Do you have any questions on this? Any other questions about the car?
Probably been down this track a couple of times.
It has a little bit of experience
Yeah,
here.
okay.
It is definitely home court advantage. Have you watched any of the previous episodes?
Absolutely.
So you know what you're up against.
I do know what I'm up up against, and I know the competition is definitely going to be stacked.
I think we're forgetting something. We have one other thing we changed, a major performance change. We just want to let you know, obviously you're bringing a lot of power, but we want to be transparent.
This year we're actually doing a little bit of a driver mod. Want to make sure that this race goes according to plan. So we've brought Ken's daughter, 14-year-old Leah Block.
Now this makes sense on why I'm wearing a fire suit and you aren't. How old are you?
14.
14. You're probably the luckiest and coolest 14-year-old in the world.
That's a fact.
Are you processing this at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, because young guns always make the best drivers.
She's got way less fear and way less
That's what I'm
mechanical
saying,
sympathy
young.
than Ken.
And if you break it, you probably don't have to pay for it, right? Dad's got that. Yeah.
Well, she said she
Yes.
wanted a pony for her 14th birthday.
No,
and
I didn't.
this was the pony you got. No, technically this is a pony, but we'll get into that.
So here's typically how we do this. 1,000-foot race, heads up, and then from there we can negotiate if anybody needs lengths or something different.
What I would prefer is if we could do maybe 500 foot first. This car is set up for running half of the distance of a quarter mile, so.
I think as long as we go from a dig, I'm cool with that.
I am terrified to stand in between both of these
Yeah,
cars.
yeah, you should be.
All right, and I know what you're thinking. 1,400 horsepower driven by a 14-year-old girl, probably a little bit sketchy, right? While myself, I might put safety third. We don't do that when it comes to kids here at Hoonigan. So to get Leah prepared for this, we have ran her through an intensive training program with some of the best drivers in the world. She has actually driven more things than most people will ever race in their entire life in the last few months. So she's ready.
The once mechanical engineer in me would say 4,000 horsepower, that's your 100% win. But then you factor in the tires, and like, I just don't know if that thing's gonna get any traction whatsoever. I know what this can do, I don't know what that can do. I'm gonna go with the known. Go with the Hoonicorn.
All right, here's the deal. I don't care what the result's gonna be. I'm going blown, non-water jacketed, billet Hemi because America.
After doing the walk around, and I did some calculations based on drag coefficient, torque curves, vector speeds. Come on, man, the Hoonicorn's gonna win.
The Vet should win. It's got like 3 times the horsepower, but it might be too much sauce for this strip, so Hoonicorn.
You know, you might hear us talking about meth a lot on this show. Obviously, we're not talking about the drug. We're talking about methanol. The Hoonicorn runs on VP Race Fuels M5 methanol. It's the secret sauce. So we also actually run all of their fluids in there. Pro grade racing oil, 622 brake fluid, all the good stuff.
She's a savage.
How's this doing right here?
That's savage, man.
Are you more nervous outside of the car watching your daughter than inside the car?
Hell yes.
Compare this to Evo Corner, level of nervous. Because you look
It's
way
close.
more nervous right now.
Round one.
Leah's a savage on that launch. Reaction time is.
That's the sage tree.
She saged him.
I think my brain shook out of my head.
I may have pooped myself.
I mean, it's a fair jump.
He moved.
He
did move. Oh, you moved. It's all Zach's fault.
I mean, you played the game. It doesn't matter. You played the game and you won.
Leah, just
That's-
plead the fifth.
That's how that game works.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, so we'll admit she might have jumped a little bit, but you did chase, and you watched the show, so you know the rules. Chase the race. But now it's negotiation. What do you want?
Well, I would definitely like to use some sort of traction compound that we can pour on the ground and do a little bit of a burnout.
You can do whatever you want with that.
Okay, and then try 500 foot again.
That works. Let's go.
One really cool thing about this car is earlier this year, Hot Wheels released this. It has a metal body, a metal chassis, and a lift-off hood. It actually is 8 entire pieces, 4 of which are die-cast metal. Huge shout out to Hot Wheels for helping me get out here to the Hoonicorn race. We're up for round 2, so let's see how it goes.
Nice long burnout.
Round 2.
Teague, what's the call?
Wow.
Straight, run him again. I mean,
Yeah, heads up.
I'm down for that. I think that's good.
reviewing footage here, left exactly at the same time.
Look at that. You're dragging with an NHRA driver.
But he got you by a bumper.
I think maybe with some warmer tires, you can
Yeah,
get
you
him.
just need more heat in the tire.
Yeah,
Because you smoked a ton that whole run.
That's a real competitor.
Yeah.
The thing is mean standing next to it coming off the line.
I can imagine. And you can see this thing literally did a burnout to the finish line. Look at those tracks.
That's a good mark.
Yeah.
Good mark.
As far as negotiations go, I feel like I owe y'all something now because you did something for me. So if y'all want to race to 1,000 foot, then
You feel comfortable?
here's the deal. I'm not gonna overdrive this thing.
Okay.
I have thousands of runs down the drag strip, I will say. If I feel it's becoming unsafe, parachutes are out and I get off the gas.
Well, you guys shake on it and let's get a race going.
Round 3.
Wow, that was a race.
Hold on a second. Did Leah just tree an NHRA?
Yeah, she just treated him.
Pro driver. Hoonicorn by 3 cars.
Woo! Huge congrats on that one, Leah. That's a massive take right there.
Well-
That's a great win.
Well, we know if she ever needs a career in drag racing, she's beating the NHRA.
So did everything Leah Pruitt teach you come together right there? Hell yeah. Dude, that looked like one hell of a ride.
It definitely was.
But I heard about your strategy on the chute, and I just want to commend the idea that you were actually trying to use the chute for traction.
I've done it before and it's definitely played out to work.
You're a savage for driving this thing down a non-prepped crown surface with the bump in the middle, some dust, and who knows what else. So thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have a very bright future.
We also need some victory donuts. You earned them here. You could try donuts with nothing too if you want to roll it.
I thought it.
We have the 2 undefeated cars.
She drove the hell out of that car.
That thing went sideways at the 500 club.
Shoots on that one was not disrespect. That one was because
No, you had
think
to.
I was.